So let's go here. Click here to download. Oof! Hey, what's up, Juicebox? Juicebox guy. What's happening, man? I'm Yasuo. All right, dude. So yeah. So also the big thing in this matchup. So again, I'm playing with lethal tempo and ghost. It means I'm circulating around the idea of a complete all-in. So basically, so you're watching River here. Okay, this is good. I like to walk up to this bush here because if they walk over here, it's true you can't see them around this path, but I don't think anybody really cheeses like blue buff this path. I have an Udyr. If Udyr was gonna cheese, he'd probably like walk in with 2 or 3 going down river. So, but still fair enough. You're just kind of keeping an eye on blue here. This doesn't give you vision if anybody walks around here, but this is irrelevant. This is all pregame. So yeah. So with Flash Ghost, Tryndamere, it's all around the idea that he's looking to land the all-in. Basically, he's looking for the right moment to just dump everything. Just the kitchen sink. He's just coming at you, and it's going to hurt. So, very early on, let's get this on your camera here. So, what do we have for items, too? I want to turn on... what am I not looking at? Scoreboard. Here we go. Yeah, Dorns. Yep, so I'm letting you shove in. I'm just CSing. You got me with a Q there. Nice. You're just looking for those Qs. Now here you walk up auto Q. That was good. You forced me to spin auto. Or auto spin, I should say. You farmed that nicely. Everything's going really well here. I can't farm that minion. I know that. Again, I have to spin away. So again, you play this early lane very well. You can see my health compared to yours. I'm just looking for farm, and you're doing a very good job denying it. Now, the one thing I would have done right there, right? So you had all those low health minions. I think you cleared that fine. But let's see if there was a time where you could have, yeah, so maybe like a couple times here. My rank is on my main account. Right now, it's only D4. Diamond games have been ass. I've hit my peak elo is D3, entering D2 promos 3 times and failing all 3. 2 promos were because of AFKs, and one promo I failed hard because honestly, one game I got absolutely I got dumpstered on. The other games were just really rough. I think I was close. I think I won my first game, and then I lost 2 to just really bad circumstances. But hey, it happens. We're getting there though. So yeah. So the big thing, so again, like what I said earlier, it's all about wave management. So you don't necessarily, even though you will be pushing this in on Tryndamere, because Tryndamere is going to have a hard time walking up and autoing minions with your auto Q damage, you want to make sure this goes into my tower as slow as possible. You want to milk this lane, all right? You want to try and just slow push it, maybe bait Tryndamere into like pushing you. Like I would have maybe like some things I like to do is Nasus, because Nasus is a secondary of mine, right? I'll walk just a little bit past the melee minions, okay? And I'll see if they just start autoing attacking me, because sometimes they'll just think like, what is this guy doing? Like, did he DC? Is he just retarded? And they'll walk up and they'll auto, and that will trigger the creep aggro. And then all I do is just step back behind my creeps, and boom, the wave is pushing towards me now. I don't think that works well in this matchup, but you could try it in others, because Yasuo has a really, really good early power spike. Just being able to just land Q shots on people. So you got one there too. I didn't even see that one. That was really nice. And then you get the other one too when I walk up for this minion here. Yeah, very nice. So it would be good to pull the minions to the bush next to you. I mean, if you're in lane first before Tryndamere is there, absolutely abuse that. I abuse that against a lot of champions anyway. In general, in high elo, it's always nice to do that, because you're always in a better lane position when you're closer to your tower. If you have the enemy, if you're, say, where would you rather skirmish, right? If you had to skirmish against the guy, would you rather fight here, or would you rather fight up here? Because if you're fighting up here, he's closer to his safe point. He's also closer to where his jungler can gank from, so you want it close to the tower. So just a lot of small things. I think the way you played this lane though, right here though, is perfectly fine. So we don't really need to talk about too much about this. The only thing I'm looking back at this is just looking to see if there are any other opportunities you could have slowly push this wave slower. You got a nice trade there. All of your trades in the early lane though were fire. Don't actually change anything you're doing here. Yeah, all of this was great, and you got all the XP for that. I think you just missed one minion there. So then you have me under my tower here. So yeah, all you're looking to do here around my my tower range here is just Q. You're just looking to just like auto or just like Q around the casters. So you back off here, probably to ward, right? Now, where do you ward? You ward here. Okay, that's fair. If Udyr comes from Try, he has to loop all the way around here, and this vision will pick him up. You don't need to wear the Try bush here. Udyr could also be contesting for Scuttle, so that's a fair ward. So immediately shove the lane, back off and ward. That's fine. Dancing around here for damage is also very greedy, because if Udyr rushed blue and then just saw this going on and decided he wanted a level 2 gank, he could have. So I really like the play so far. So now here we're slowing things down. Alright, let me back up a little bit because I have a lot of fury and I want to see how I got that. Nope, a little bit further I think. Okay, so this is after you ward. Okay. So I farmed that. I'm down one minion. I actually farmed this surprisingly really well. Sometimes I struggle against Yasuo in the early farm because of how much pressure. So I think here, let me back up a little bit. Could you have tried to contest and be walking up? I think you would have wanted to. Yeah. So right here, okay, the lane's gonna be pushing in, I think. Actually, yeah. So I'm gonna be pushing in because my cannon's destroying that minion. But now you're respecting my Fury Bar, I think. I think I still would have played this maybe a little more aggressively. You're playing behind your creeps. Maybe it's because you don't know if Udyr is right here. So this is fine, I guess. You're just farming. Alright, so this is actually okay, because now you have me pushing in. Oh yeah, so Udyr does gank here. So you actually played this really well. Let me see if you could have spotted the Udyr gank earlier, though, because you did have to flash. Yep, so the ward picks him up here. Alright, you see that? You immediately... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. So you didn't see Udyr when he showed right here. So even though you warded right here, you didn't catch the Udyr in time. You were playing very well right up until this moment. Yeah, so I was getting ready. Yeah, I think... so you did a little dance here that indicates that. I don't think you saw him when he initially came out of the jungle right here. Let me put it up. Let me confirm this and put on Fog of War. And we'll put it for... whoops, other team. Yeah. Yeah, because you do know if Udyr would probably be topside right now. So yeah, you're playing this very well. But then... he's got to be looking like right here. And then just look at a minion. I'm not looking to probably engage right here. So yeah. Yeah. You danced a little too long. So you had to flash. Good flash though. See, I like that flash because if you tried to hold that flash, you probably would have been dead. I don't think you could have held your flash there. Yeah. So you got out. Quick early flash. So unfortunately, you had to flash, but I mean, I think you did that well. So far, all I've done is actually give you compliments. I think you've been playing this quite well so far. All right, so here I go for a little spin trade. All right, nice. That was a good trade. I land my W here. So the only reason I was able to kind of make that trade a little bit even was because I put a point in W, seeing that Udyr was going for a gank. Most Tryndameres don't put a point in W level 3. They will put another point in Q for both the sustain and the damage Q offers. So, because Q is the Fury. So another big thing about Tryndamere, just quick fact that most people don't know, is the higher points he has in his Q, that also affects how much damage he does when he's lower on health. So his passive is only the Fury gain. The Q is what actually gives him like the real root of Tryndamere, doing the damage. What? That's balance. Yeah, Tryndamere. So when he's lower on health, Tryndamere does more damage. So that's why I think we'll see it later, where I think you tried to get me under the tower, and I killed the tower first, ulted, and then output a lot of my damage. Ooh. I wasn't paying attention to a move coming up here. All right, so let's see this come out. So yeah, my jungler backs off. It's actually we don't need this scoreboard here. Back that off. Okay. So yeah, I have minions here, so I extend that trade. Good wind wall. You're keeping the lane still frozen here. I managed to scout a move. Ooh, okay. Alright, so what happened there? Because I think you should have had that gank. I'm going to watch this all again, and I'm going to slow it down. Alright. So again, great freeze. A move's pinging, he's going up. I don't have a ward here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have zero vision because I haven't warded yet. So I see you coming in. So when you came in like this, I had a feeling that either I was going to get ganked or you were looking for an all-in. So I back up. You still managed to spin on me. I got a crit there, but that only gets rid of your shield. Amu Lats is on. I see your health. You had to flash into the creep wave. So I think the best thing to do, because I hadn't warded, was maybe you just had to wait a little bit. Yeah, because your health is still kind of low. Let me see your health here. 335. Whoops, I wanted to look up here. 374. So yeah, this is very even. I think you just needed to hold this freeze and wait for Amu to walk closer. I think you just kind of pressed into the gun. That NATO missed. So I ghost. Yeah. Alright. So the reason why that NATO missed is, this is a fun fact, and this is why I immediately ghost and spun there. Because Yasuo's NATO extends from in front of him. So the NATO missed because I spun ghosted right on top of you. That's actually why the NATO missed. So, and I knew you had the NATO, so I wanted to be behind you because you probably were going to ghost behind you. I mean, NATO behind you anyway. So yeah, so right here. Amu's up here, so you honestly, yeah, you just pressed way too hard. I immediately get triumph from that. Amu flashes, but he doesn't have anything because I ghosted, so he can't catch up to me. Yeah, that's pretty much all that early gank went. Maybe if I flash into the bush, flashing into the bush would have actually been OP. That's like Adrian does that. You see. I don't want to listen to the Amu sniffles. You see, like there's the famous outplay of him versus Box, and Adrian like flashes into a bush. And like Box is like wondering where he goes, and then Adrian comes back out with like all of his Riven Qs and like finishes Box on his Fiora. So I think the two things. I think the big thing though was just this is really greedy. Your wind wall's up right now, but then you go in here. I think that's just very greedy. You had your shield. I crit, but then you needed to land that NATO. Yeah, if you landed the NATO there, it would have gotten you. But I ghosted preemptively, sorry that you were going in. I think the best way you would have played that would have been from that position. Obviously, flashing into the bush would have been best. That would have been 200 IQ. But just the basic macro play there would have been to wait until Amu was like here before engaging, because you had the lane frozen. There was no real reason to actually like engage me there unless you were looking for the solo kill. See, that's like the big thing about like is this a patience thing? Because like you had your passive up, but your health was like still very, very low, and like I had full fury, I had flash ghost. You did have ignite advantage on me, but I think just waiting for the Amu here would have been the best play. Anyways, so let's see what else happens in this lane though. Oh yeah, I stay because I'm a greedy son of a bitch. This is bad. So let me see if you should have been able to punish this. I want to speed this up a little bit. All right, so you come back to lane, level 3, IQ heal. All right, so the lane is in a really weird position. You do have a ward here, so that's pretty good. So I think you. Oh, I just hit level 5 though. Okay, so yeah, this does make it really hard for you then. I just burned both my sums. You don't have flash or ignite, and then now my fury's up. Yeah, okay, but yeah. Now this is gonna push in. All right, you did this right. I don't think you could have punished me there, so this is fine to play patient here. Do. So yeah, so I'm just pushing in mindlessly. Oh. Get a little bit of lethal on you. I hit 6. If I was looking to go on you right there, but I didn't have my spin up because I didn't get many crits. Those were just basic auto attacks, but they were damaging because I had lethal proc. So here I auto you because you didn't have Q. So I was able to get that because of my level 6 power spike. Let me see how you could have gotten that. The other thing that helped me there was I have Nimbus Cloak, so that gives me movement speed when I press my ultimate. So I'm all about being really speedy, like impossible to kite out. I'm just looking for all-ins. So here, I see that you're level 4. Yeah, so you use Q on the minions there. I think you needed to save Q onto me and like wait to make sure that like I wasn't gonna auto you, because if I auto you and you hold on to being able to CC me with your Q, you like prevent me from because what you did right there is you cleared the minions. And that's like your biggest mobility option as Yasuo is to E through minions. So because you had no minions there, it was just a matter of me just like running you down. You need to have minions up as Yasuo. That's like for any matchup. I think it was still really, really close. I got this, but that would have been the biggest deciding factor is if you had those minions available and saved your being able to do the nados or the spin or the EQ as Yasuo when I go in for the all-in, because that just slows me down. Because even if you didn't have ult, you would have, I think you would have lived that. So yeah, and then IQ heal right afterwards. You picked me because I barely lived that. Yeah, that was really close. So yeah, so I just shove all this. So let me see, puts that on the scoreboard. So yeah, you still farmed this quite well. It just needed to just be ever more patient. Alright, so Moo comes back up. Oh yeah, I remember this. He sees me trying to full clear this because I'm playing so greedy. Alright, what does he do? Oh no! Okay. Oh, what? What? Okay, so the big thing about this would have been I still would have no vision of Amu over here, and the way I was playing, I obviously wasn't doing anything when he was walking up here. So Amu needed to hold his tongue shot, but that's not on you. That's just jungle difference right there. If he waited until he was right here, he could have point blanked lats onto me, and I definitely would have died. But now he has nothing. He can't chase me. Damn. Yeah, I overstayed that. I should have absolutely been punished by your jungler for that, but unfortunately, he just wasn't ready for it. All right, get out of here, Moose Nipples. Alrighty. So I back. Shoving here is good because this will put it under tower, and then the wave will push back to me once I get in lane. Amu hits 6, leaves. We already get Drake because we saw that Amu was topside. I actually pinged my jungler to do the Drake because I saw that Amu was topside. Your Lux killed my jungler for it though. It's pretty good. So now what do I have? Okay, so I don't have the cooldown. I just went for all the damage so that way I can trade with you better if you do try to fight me. Once you hit 6. So I ward there. I come in here. I spin because I think I'm going to get a plate. And then I immediately back off. You're just hitting 6 here. I was thinking about like, oh, he's still level 5. Maybe I can fight. But I was like, I bet he hits 6 on this wave. And I was right. So now you have your ultimate, which is really good because if I go for another dive, you can ult me and slow me down. So fortunately, your jungler is not topside. So I landed. Oh yeah. Did I just go for it here? Alright, nope. I take a lot of damage, so I ult. If I crit there, I would have had it, but you played that pretty well. Let me see. I don't think there was any way you could have played that better. I actually was the one who trolled by taking so much tower damage. Let's slow it down. So I have my lethal up. Then I decide I can't go for it. You immediately EQ. I ult. Spin auto and it's not enough. Then you ult me. I'm just gonna auto attack that. Yeah. That was well played by you. You got the shutdown gold, so that was definitely worth for you. How you did that. I don't think you needed to ignite me there. Did you use ignite? Yeah, you did. But that means you saved flash. So that's pretty good. That's shutdown. I mean, it's a 1-for-1, but it's worth for you. So. You get to the wave before I do, so you get to just shove it all in. Do you have a ward available? Oh no, the countdown's going down, so you don't have a ward? I see. So you don't have a ward here. This is very dangerous for you. Yeah, because we immediately just pinked this. And Udyr is just going to loop around. Yeah. When you walked up here, with no vision here, and then eat there. Ooh, no. So either way, in general, I don't think you could have done that. Because I had Ghost here. And... Oh, I see. Your ult's already almost back up. Oh, so that's why you did it, because you were going to bait me. I see. Still, you had no vision right here. My Amumu pinged assistance. Yeah. Oh, I see. Because he wanted to fight here? Is that... I see. So your Amu was going to come up here. Alright. I see. So yeah, so you wanted to bait me onto him. But he's pathing down wolves? Yeah, he's doing wolves though. That's a little bit later. Hold on, let's speed this up a little bit. Oh no, he's picking blue buff. He pinged blue. Yeah. I also have this item. I don't think you could have like done that once Tryndamere gets this, unless you have a crit item to like match this. So this Essence Reaver on Tryndamere is oh, that's he pinged his blue. That's why he was. Oh, I see. He wanted to just make sure that like Udyr wasn't gonna come in. I see. Okay, that makes sense too. That was nice of you. Yeah, just to make sure that Udyr wasn't gonna like cheese the jungle at all. Walking up this way though was definitely just had to just like soak up experience. Until you could get vision that Udyr was not going to be around this part of the map. That and like with Essence Reaver, I can just jump on you. So this is a huge Tryndamere item right now. The reason being is because of the 20% cooldown reduction, 25% critical strike chance, and 70-80 damage. It's absolutely insane. So because I don't build attack speed, because I have lethal tempo, I can build damage, and this basically gives Tryndamere everything he wants. Now I have attack speed in my rune kit with lethal tempo. Now I have 80 crit and cooldown. It's like, wow. Another fun fact is the reason why you want cooldown on Tryndamere is because every time I critical strike, my passive ability in my spin will refresh the cooldown timer for my spin by 1 second every time I land a crit. So every crit, bam, cooldown on my spin drops by 1 second. Crit drops by 1 second. So my max CD, so it's why you max spin first, even over like putting any more points in your ultimate or W, because at max statted spin, I think is like an 8-second cooldown. Then with 40% CDR, that becomes 5 seconds. And then with Guinzos topped with your passive, if I spin auto and it's a crit, okay? Spin auto crit, 5-second cooldown becomes 2-second cooldown. And if I crit again, I have my spin back. So eventually you get to a point with Guinzos and max CDR where you crit auto, auto spin. So you can just like auto and spin for like forever, and it's ridiculous. So that's why you build this item with Tryndamere. So yeah, at this point, this is a little rough. Oh yeah, I didn't have a point in my ultimate yet when this happened. I was like just about to. My ult was up in 2 seconds. So close. Maybe could I have pressed it in time? Was I like a little late? Yeah, I almost had my ultimate up. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, just a frame, just literally a freeze frame before it. Yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to do it because of the, latency. But yeah, that's literally, I literally had it just at that moment. That's so sad. All right. So here, all right, so at this point, here's how you play the lane. If you're ever in this position, and this goes not just against Tryndamere, right? Because a lot of other top lane champions, even without having like Tryndamere's ult per se, right? They have other toolkits to still all in you with this kind of a lead, right? So like, yes, Tryndamere is ahead and he can dive you with ultimate, but a lot of other top lane champions can look for dives with ultimate. So I think it's smart how you danced right here to freeze the frame here, to freeze the wave here. It was smart. I'm gonna spin behind you. Now I'm gonna look to shove. As soon as that Q burns down, I'm literally looking to all in you. You hit me with it though, which was good. Got it again. Here's a spin away. So yeah, so right here, I see that you have it frozen. So I decide, well, I'm just gonna eat this berry. Can't do anything mid lane. So the best thing to do is still look for this dive over here. Just waiting for your NATO passive to go off. So as soon as I see that you just time it out and you never use it, I just go for it. I flashed because I didn't want to get NATO'd. If I NATO'd and you ulted me there, I would have died. So you made me use both my sums, but still, I think the best thing would have been still like, when does it all start? So how to play from this point? I think honestly, like, making sure you're really far enough away from me is best. You're autoing these okay. Yeah, like right here. Yeah, because you didn't... So, I would have used your NATO before it just went away, because you do have a cooldown for it. So, use your NATO before it goes away, and then if you don't have it, yeah, immediately just walk back here. Because as soon as I saw that you were walking up without having your NATO up, I'm just going to go after you. That's just pretty much. I didn't want to throw it because I thought it would push the wave. Yeah, so I think you could have thrown it out at the corner here. But yeah, if you're just gonna let the NATO just wear off, either way, you gotta walk away from the lane. That's actually why I just all-in you right there. Because that's like, think about this, like, that's your CC tool. The only real thing that stops Tryndamere, right, especially with this build now, because it's actually ridiculous how much damage he does. He can contest with, like, he can I all in Aatrox all the time, especially with his reworked ultimate, because he doesn't get his passive from that right away. I can just dumpster him before he can even like get his ultimate to go off. So like I will dive Aatrox with ult, like I don't care. Like Tryndamere's damage is so good. The only way you stop Tryndamere right now in this patch is literally crowd control and kiting. It is Yasuo because the minions are up here, and that's kind of like your kite and movement ability with Yaz. You want to just basically CC Tryndamere if he goes under tower, and you have to do that with using your EQs, using your ultimates. Just basically getting me down to not being able to auto attack you. At that point, you're using your toolkit not to damage me, but to slow me down, to prevent me from sticking onto you. So that's the only way you survive that. So once I saw your NATO wore off and you were still in the lane, because even though you have a very small cooldown window for it, I just immediately jumped on you because you have to get a Q shot landed. You have to get 2 landed, right? Because the first one buffers your Q, and then the next one gives you the tornado ability. So yeah, I just went for it right away. You think it would be better if you maxed E in this lane? No, you still max Q, I think. Because maxing E, that would only give you more damage to, like, shove through minions. I think you would still want to max Q. I think that makes your champion a little just more viable with a lot of things. That's also more damage, I think, too. So, like I said, like, you played the early part of this lane okay. It's just right after I started snowballing, there's just a lot of small things that just ended up, like, overlapping on top of each other. It's just kind of just piling on. Like we had, look at how much vision we have. We had so much control top lane that I think once you fall behind, the best thing is just respect. Give up farm if you need, but like you don't want to die. You want to look at other areas on the map to see if you can like influence anything else. Maybe like make roams middle. If I have the lane frozen up here, make roams bot if your team is trying to secure bot tower. Unfortunately, my bot lane was like popping off this game too. So it's just a combination of the 2 side lanes just sandwiching in on your mid because your Lux was really strong. But I think even if you helped Lux, it would have been very difficult to clutch this win. My bot was winning, was it? I mean, it was. And then I don't know what happened here, but my Kai'Sa's now got a 600 gold shutdown. I don't know what happened. Kai'Sa just started going off suddenly. It seemed really out of the blue. I thought your server was doing well, but the brand was kind of... I said top was over and to get bot farther ahead, and my jungle just ignored it. I don't necessarily tell you. So I sometimes tell my jungle that, but with somebody like a Moo, you could have waited for the wave to shove in under tower and like baited me to like all in you. And then if a Moo is here, right, you just put a pink here so I don't know he's here. And then a Moo just sits here, waits for me to try and go onto you. And then all he has to do is like tongue in, right? He doesn't actually have to like latch onto me because he can just latch onto like a minion. But either way, walk up here, get somewhere in here, and then latch on and just immediately ult. And then I'm frozen. You get to walk away, and then I have to go, oh shit, and look to get out. I think your jungler played just a little too passively. Like, you see, like, he's doing well score-wise, but, like, look what we have, like, as far as objectives on the map. We have bot tower. Oh, I see. Oh, so our bot tower is actually about to fall. I see. So yeah, your bot lane, I guess, technically was winning. Your mid's doing pretty strong, but still, we have an Infernal. I think my Zhongli just did better objective control. We're going for another Drake here. Kai'Sa's is backed. Lux is backing, though. This is... Okay. Oh, no, she stopped. All right, this is good. We see her come in, though, because we have the Vision here. So we stop the wards. Amu is pretty preemptive with his tongue. Yeah, so then Corki comes here. Silver Brand are trying to fight here. What's happening? All this. Wow. Okay, what happened here? Whoops. Speed this up just a little bit. Yeah, so Corki just kind of goes in here. Brand has to flash. Amu's behind everybody. He's kind of by himself. Lux is trying to Lux's positioning here is kind of bad. Lux should have come in here. Instead, Lux walks in behind Brand's Sivir, which I guess is okay. Then this makes Amu's positioning really bad here. Yeah, your Amu did not position right at all this game. So now Lux has to play on the defensive. Unfortunate. Lux is a really hard champion to play. So, like, we see Lux missing everything, but, like, I honestly don't know how you even land anything as Lux. Oh, did she steal the Drake here? With ult? I can't remember if she did or not. Ooh. Damn. No, that happens. I see. Yeah, so I'm going to get top tower, and then you follow my roam middle, which is good because it prevents me from getting any more plates here. Yeah, I don't know. This was really rough. I mean, at this point, you're looking to just shut down Kai'Sa. I think you just have to like wait for me to like push, and then maybe try to make a play with like Lux. But otherwise, your toolkit here is like you're just trying to like get Kai'Sa or Sona off the map. I think you make a sick play on Corki here. I'll watch that. Pretty sure you fight Corki sometime, right? Yeah, you fight Corki right here. Good ult. I think my Corki tries to like... Yeah, very nice. Yeah, he told me like an auto attack would have killed there, but I think it was very risky. He walked back up because you set up those minions really well. Yeah, so... Just immediately ults in. Oh, you unfortunately missed your Q there. No, very good EQ there. You played that very well. My Corki had no business trying to fight you there. Like, he's 1-2, so I think he saw 1-5 Yasuo and went like a little desperate, but like, I don't know, he doesn't even have Trinity. Like, he shouldn't have tried fighting you. That was well played. You used Ignite. You had already burned Flash earlier, so you get your kill, and yeah, you work on your Static Shiv. Sivir answers the wave up here, which is good. I see Amu doing wolves, so I get out, and I'm like, eh. Lux saw me go this way and for some reason like waited over here. Ooh, flying auto attack. Does it actually hit me? Yeah, there it goes. I saw that, so it's... Oh, you don't even see it? The animation disappeared then. Alright. So yeah, Lux then goes back to get blue buff. This was my word here, so I see what everything Lux is doing. See, my bot lane is killing it, bot, and they're just still there. Oh, wait, what happened over here? Were you trying to, like, fight them 1v2? It's a little greedy. What is my brand doing? Ew. Oh, that's your brand. Yeah, I don't know what your brand was doing there, bud. I'm sorry. This seems like kind of unfortunate. Like, your Moo and your brand has, like, griefed you here. Alright, so once you're in this kind of a spot, I don't think you stay under tower. I'm tilted at this point. Yeah, I can see that, though. He was mad that I didn't walk to him, but Kai was there to stop me. Yeah, you know, you don't look at this. Yeah, this is when they raids and you kind of go, well, you're not doing any better than I am. So the only people, so the best thing to do, right? Say you're struggling in lane, right? Anybody who has a lead, you allow them to make the shot calls. As long as, like, you don't see anything, like, too wrong with it. Sometimes I see some crazy shot calls that I'm like, okay, you know, I understand you're, like, 9-1 right now, but, like, that idea is probably trash, you know? And, like, disagree with them, like, when you feel, for, you know, when you really see that. But otherwise, like, the only person I would have been listening to on your team for anything would have been Lux for, like, making plays. Like, you wouldn't listen to 1-5 Brand to be like, hey, let's get on this 10-2 Kai'Sa. That, you know, you both are collectively 3-11. Like, that's not the time to be making 2v2 skirmishes. You gotta make plays with the Moo and with Lux, because they're the only ones who are actually strong on your team. He said I could 1v2. Oh, Lord. You don't even... If you had static, I'd be like, you know, maybe. Because that's a good power spike for Yasuo, right? Like, your XP difference is, like, not, like, bad, actually. You're even levels with Kai'Sa, and you're up 2 levels on the Sona. Like, you know, I could maybe see that. But, like, without static, straight up 1v2 in this position, no. I'm surprised Sona just didn't, like, ult you, like, right here. Because Kai'Sa could have just dumpstered you. Alright, anyway, you see that I'm diving people left and right over here, because, I mean, I'm disgustingly fed. Yeah, so you have to let this turret go. Yeah, there's the sonar. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as this wave bounced back, you needed to get really far away. Here, Brand is still trying to face check this. Yeah, I don't know. I think your Brand shot calling a little off. Jeez. Yeah. A bot lane taking tier 2 turret the same wave with they took tier 1 with is like insane. Like, what is this? I haven't seen your Moo hit a single tongue grapple this game though. It's kind of sad. I'm actually surprised to even. I think this is like the first game I've actually seen a Sona like anywhere. Like, don't people normally play Yuumi? Because Yumi's like technically like a better Sona. That's what I hear people say. I play Soraka support, like if I'm support, so I don't really know too many support champions and what they do. I just know Yuumi seems to play a lot like Sona. I don't like Yuumi. I mean, I like Yuumi if she's on me, because it's like, wow, I have the support who's like gonna help me with like everything and like can't die because like she's literally like intangible on my body. Like, that's pretty cool. I feel like it's hard to gank early levels. Well, Yuumi doesn't offer anything really in like team fights per se. She like just kind of buffs like one person. So I feel like having Yuumi is good if like your team has like a diving champion, somebody who's like gonna be outputting like a lot of damage. So I feel like Yuumi would work best on somebody like a team with like either a Jax, Master Yi, maybe like Jace, Riven, Fiora, like those kind of things. Like champions that like kind of just go, they have the potential to like make a really big play and just like pull out all the stops. So Oh, because I'm a mid laner, not a top lane. Oh, I see. So yeah, the only Tryndamere player you'd see would be Yasuo, but he's I think he's D2, D1 right now. So you wouldn't see him. Not a lot of people play Tryndamere mid. I sometimes play Tryndamere mid, but like I don't queue for it anymore. I find top lane matches to be really strong for Tryndamere. I don't really enjoy the how mages do damage right now. Mages are kind of disgusting. So I let the mages do those things. That and going Tryndamere mid prevents your opponent from picking a mage. So it's like I'd rather have like the LeBlanc or the Zoe or the you know, the whatever other mid lane there are. Some mages, Malzahar, you know, stuff like that. So all right. I mean, yeah, we could watch the rest of this if you want, but otherwise, like, pretty much said most of the big things that like kind of just spill for this game. I mean, what happens here on out is honestly just a death battle. Nah, you just autoed me twice. Oh yeah, I think I do. Just oh yeah, we can see I go for this tower. All right, so how do I get this tower? Oh, maybe it wasn't you that... You jumped over bot wall, I died in 1.5 seconds. Oh yeah, when did that happen?
Red team double kill.
Oh yeah, right here. So... I actually didn't have anything, but like, I knew my damage, so that's why I went for it. Also, another big thing, okay? So... Say after I killed you, I mean I did actually this game. Another big item you could have rushed in this game, especially playing from behind, would have been ninja tabbies, because that prevents me from being able to like actually consistently all in you. Like think of like ninja tabbies are actually your friend in a losing lane against Tryndamere. They can like actually make a difference, like from me like, you know, depleting all your health to like maybe making it out alive, because it gives you armor and it reduces my damage on auto attacks. I don't think anybody on your team went ninja tabbies, which is really bad, because we had Udyr and Tryndamere and Kai'Sa all really strong. Like ninja tabbies would have been amazing. Yeah, I have muscle memory now to have 1.33 on, I need to say going. Yeah, I mean situationally, like mind you, like I almost goes like Berserker Greaves like every game as Tryndamere, but like the times I do go ninja tabbies, right? So as Tryndamere, like I still think going Greaves is good, because this will help with your splitting. Like if I still feel like I'm gonna be splitting, then I go Greaves. If I'm gonna be fighting from behind, I'll go tabbies into some matches. Some matchups, I first item tabbies like all the time. Jace, Vayne, any AD carry top actually. And who else? It's pretty much those, honestly, for tabbies right now. Absolutely Jace. Jace and Vayne, I see those. I cloth 4 pot. I will also cloth 4 potion against Pantheon, but I usually don't build tabbies. I will still rush damage because you scale on the Pantheon. If he's like strong and he's playing well, and I am far enough behind, then I will buy tabbies because it will help me out. But so yeah, here we go. So I see you walk up here and go to Q that. So hold on, I want you to see, because I don't even have Guinzoos yet, but I want you to watch the cooldown on my spin. Alright, see how this is up right now? Watch the cooldown on that. 5 seconds. I autoed you twice and immediately refreshed the cooldown. Yeah, I had no time to react. Yeah, I mean, you had no escape as Yasuo because of how deep the lane was and how my minions were in front of me. So, yeah, there was really not a whole lot you could do. I still think, like, even if you ulted me, at this point, my damage is so oppressively strong, I would have probably just killed you afterwards. So, yeah. It's rough. When Tryndamere gets ahead, it's rough. Trust me, like, I play Tryndamere, and going against Tryndamere, I sometimes still, like, end up in your shoes, because it's like, damn, like, I don't know, Tryndamere is just really strong. He's a good champion. Especially right now. Like, I feel like all the time Tryndamere is actually in a good spot. Like, even when, like, crit items were like, sucky and, like, they took away, like, Fervor of Battle, you know, and they didn't have Conqueror. Like, I played Grasp Tryndamere, and I was still climbing fine, because his toolkit is still really good. Like, you just gotta play him differently. I still sometimes play Grasp Tryndamere. Yeah, Grasp is actually stupid strong. I go Grasp into Malphite. Because my trades against Malphite are so much better. I just look to make sure I grasp up, and then I just auto spin away, and I'll get the grasp proc. I'll damage him through his shield, and I get health back. So it's like, it's so good. It's like, I actually like those trades against Malphite. Like, he goes negative every single time he tries to trade with me. Like, I actually gain health from Grasp any single time Malphite tries to fight me. It's actually dumb. I just force Malphite out of lane with Grasp, and then I just hit the towers. So, like, people who think, oh, yeah, I'll just pick Malphite, and it'll slow his attack speed. And then that way I'll just kill Tryndamere because I'm a tank. It's like, I actually force him out of lane. Like, I bully Malphite out of lane. That's the big thing about, counters to Tryndamere is like some of them like can't play the lane very well. So like Malphite is one of those champions, and Zax too. I usually ban Zax just because he's the scales really really hard, and my team will just like run into his counter strike all the time. But and like Nasus also, but like you can bully them in lane. Like even though they counter Tryndamere like post laning phase. Tryndamere beats them so hard in lane. If you play the lane very well, like, it's not a problem. I just pick different runes for him. So, that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, yeah, I hope this review helps you out. I'm gonna go get into a game here, though.